Good evening, Next Wave team. I'm David Henderson from Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, and I'm really excited to talk about my new Shark HD510 CNC machine. I purchased it about 3 weeks ago, and I've been having fun with it ever since. About 5 years ago, I purchased my first CNC machine, but unfortunately, I wasn't able to get it up and running. Then over the past 2 years, my family and I lived in the Republic of Korea, and I got a chance to work with the second CNC machine where I really started to learn the ins and outs and how to operate a CNC machine. And now that we're back in the US, we decided to get rid of our old CNC machine, and we used that money after we sold it to invest in this new machine. Because we purchased it at the end of last month, we got the added bonus of getting the free water-cooled spindle, which is extremely quiet and runs really well for the projects that we've been doing. So I've been doing woodwork for a little over 10 years now, and being in the military, I've done a lot of military insignias where I use the skill saw, bandsaw, scroll saw, as well as a drummer to get some of the details and some of the 2 and 3D artwork that I've done. And what the CNC machine has allowed me to do is decrease a lot of the time that it takes for me to make a project, but it also allows me to spend more time on some of the other projects that I do at the same time. So some of the projects that I've recently done is the nurse insignia that we have that's going on a project for one of our newly promoted nurses in the Army. And then for one of our soldiers that's getting ready to retire, we have a small replica of the insignia that they use to represent that unit that's going to go on his retirement plaque. The first couple projects that I did was starting off with our logo for our business, and then I made a yin yang dragon. So over in Korea, the yin yang is a part of the national flag, and the dragon represents my job in the military. So being able to put a project together that represents both of those things, represents the last 2 years that I spent over in Korea doing my job. It was really great. And we're going to finish that off this weekend by adding some epoxy, and then I'm going to hang it up in my office. And then last weekend, my youngest son and I did our very first project together on the CNC, and he's getting ready to start streaming video games. So he decided he wanted to have a sign to let us know that we need to be quiet once he starts streaming, so the people that he's playing against and his followers don't hear us. But one of probably the best project that I've done, my most favorite so far, is I used the CNC machine to do some metal casting. So with a piece of MDF, I went ahead and made a mold for a military challenge coin. And then I melted down a pewter, put it in a mold, and I was able to create this small military challenge coin. Again, it has the dragon that represents my job in the military, and just some of the details on the back of it. So far I've been extremely impressed by the CNC. Once I got it, it was easy to install, put together. It's been easy to work with, and I haven't had any issues with it. And I'm really looking forward to all the future projects that my family and I are going to do in the future. Thank you, and have a good night.